Hopefully this isn't the same. Um, hopefully we get the ratios we want on here. The ratio switched up on me last time. We had like some smaller looking pictures.
Oh,
That's
okay.
interesting. Yours. Oh, you're on your phone, D.
I'm on my phone. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to switch up your ratio. I don't know if it matters, but you have like oh,
Like
okay.
that.
Yeah, you got more. Okay, you got more now.
I can see you now more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. Joe, how's it going?
Pretty good. How's it going with you?
Can't complain, man. Another day. Blessed. Still living.
Yeah,
Corona.
always. That's always a good way of looking at it.
Thank you. Now I was looking at this. I just wanted to, talk about this real quick. Did you guys just see that Trump was talking about not signing the bill and trying to get us $2,000 more dollars? I mean, $2,000 instead of 600.
Oh yeah.
Obviously it's a strategy, but how do you feel about it though? Like, I mean, if the end result is us getting more money, how what do you think? What's your take on that? You know what I
mean? Hey. Trump you know he's a smart man. Trump is my guy. Trump is my man.
Trump is your man? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you about that money too. I mean, listen. In his presidency, man, I haven't really feeling a lot of his moves and a lot of the things that he's been doing politically. But I like more money.
Yeah, I honestly, the $2,000 checks never should have been a one-time thing. They should have continued throughout the duration of this crisis. And I think, Bernie Sanders was proposing something similar. So $600 is just a joke. So yeah, I despise Trump, but even a broken clock, I guess.
Is right twice a day. I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like when you're right, you're right.
In this case, twice in 4 years. so he's gonna make up for it this time.
This time? Okay. All right. Well, we'll see.
In all the socialist countries, they've been getting money every month. They've been getting 600, 1,000. They've been getting money month after month after month. So, maybe we don't want to look too bad this time.
My mom said in England they get money, like the children I think get money, and in Canada, like the children up to a certain age get like a monthly stipend, so to speak, like 400. I look into that, but
for COVID.
No, just for their system, like
just for being children.
Just for being children.
You see they are spoiled.
Yeah.
You see, in my country, nobody gets money.
Nobody gets. Yeah, that might work. You know what I mean? As far as keeping people in check. You know what I mean? And overspend
exactly.
Things of that nature. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can agree. You know what I mean? I would say suppression sometimes is needed.
Yes. You know what I mean? You walk soft and carry a big stick.
So, what country are you from? This is my first time.
I'm from one of the West African.
West Africa.
From one of the West African countries.
One of them. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I don't go too far into my background. I keep it kind of underground just in case shit pops off. But yeah, I'm West African. I'm West African.
I got you. Got you. Got to keep it light on the move. Yeah. I feel you. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. West African. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you start a podcast? I mean, what type of results were you trying to achieve from your podcast?
I wanted to show that if someone like me could make it, then anyone could make it. And I was inspired. Yeah. I was inspired by Trump. I said, if this man who does not know anything could be the leader of the free world, then anybody out there can do it. So he has really inspired me.
I see.
I used to tell my children, keep your head down, do your work. And now they say, Daddy, forget about it. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to, you don't have to know what you are doing.
Yeah.
You just have to sound cool and, just keep sticking to it and
Yeah,
do these things.
yeah, and people will believe it. Yeah, yeah. It seems to work. It worked to be the president. I mean, that's a pretty esteemed position for Jefferson. You know.
Not bad. I mean, he started off a billionaire, ended up president. He's
Yeah,
he's doing this thing.
yeah, yeah. It's nice when you have your parents, you know, that have a lot of money that can hand that down to you. That helps.
Hey, it's you listen to your mother, you listen to your father, and good things will happen. You know.
Right, right. Joe, is this your first time meeting? What's your name again, sir? I haven't even.
My
Sorry, I
name
didn't
is
even.
Richard, Free Black Man, or you can call me
We have
Rich. You can call me Rich Black Man for short.
we have met before. I went on his show on the Trump News Network, which you can find on YouTube. It was a good conversation.
Not the Trump News Network. It is called TNA. TNA is Trump News Associated.
That's all right. Okay, that makes sense.
I like that name better. That's sweet.
Yes, yes. TNA is very sweet. Oh, sorry, I'm losing. I am losing some sound quality here. Let me see. Let me see what is going on.
Rich Black Man.
Yes, I got you. I'm back. Sorry
Black
about
man,
that.
rich. Okay.
Rich Black Man. Yes, Rich Free
Rich
Black
Black.
Man.
Listen, I like your style, Rich Free Black Man.
Thank
I
you.
like what you're doing out there already. I mean, I'm loving this. My first time meeting you. I'm liking your style. I'm liking your pizzazz, you know. And like you said, you're inspiring me now actually to to do something with my life. Because
exactly.
If Trump can do it, if you can do it, I think I definitely may be able to do it. Possibly.
Exactly. That is why I came here to, to make it happen.
That's right, man. I think like I don't know, like this is inspiring. Definitely inspiring.
Most
So what do
definitely.
you so your take on Trump? You definitely are an avid Trump supporter, I take it. Trump's
Yes, I like what he's doing. He's honest. I definitely like him. He's very
stays honest.
honest, very honest man. Yes.
Got you. Okay. All right.
They try to say he is racist and classist and sexist and disableist and all these other things, but he's just saying what he just saying what he believes. He just the same thing you laugh about, but you try to hide when you come in front of others. He is saying in front of everyone.
He just says it in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think sometimes, man, we try to hide our true selves,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't let people know who we really are. And he's definitely all about that. I see that he's going to let you know who he is, like it or not.
Amen. Amen. Yes, he is. For me, he is the present, the modern day incarnation of God.
Oh,
For me,
okay.
he is.
Listen, I may agree. I mean, kind of. I would say 60% of the time, he's probably right all the time.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Probably. I have to do the math on that, but yeah, that sounds about right.
But hey, I say I will take it. If he wants to do good things on his way out, he wants to exonerate a bunch of people. He wants to, put $2,000 in my pocket. Hey, I say that's good.
Now
That's good news.
I'm all about that. All could be forgiven if I get 2 stacks. You know what I'm talking about? We can forgive some stacks.
You would love my country if it's so easy to be forgiven. 2,000.
Nothing the
That's so
Christmas
easy.
won't fix. I tell you that. Hey, but listen, man. Hey, let's get money. You know what I mean? Get money.
But he is at least Oh no, he's still trying to stay in though, right? He's still trying to stir
I
up
thought he was
another.
going to leave peacefully, or if
Well,
you
I
know,
thought he was trying to do another lawsuit or something, like maybe another
I don't know if he
7 million like that or something. I
didn't
don't
he
know.
take the Supreme Court something, and they said no.
Yeah,
That was
he
the last
lost. Yeah, he
thing. Yeah.
lost that one. He
Maybe he
lost
has
that one.
another case he's trying to bring
I
to the
think he's still got schemes. He's
up his
very
sleeve.
he perseveres.
Chris persevering. Definitely, I
Hmm.
hear you. Definitely, definitely, yeah. So, I mean, it's something that you would kind of do. Would you like adopt that strategy to continue to keep suing as much as you can, basically, until they say your lawsuits are ridiculous and laughs you out of the court? Do you get to
Well,
that point?
one thing I will say is that the Democrats in a similar situation have given up too easily.
Mhm.
And hey, you see, uh, when it happened with uh,
Al Gore.
Al Gore, it happened with John Kerry. They gave up so easy. So it is not so inspiring when you see a spineless leader. You want someone who is strong, who will show that he will keep fighting. So,
No matter what.
maybe at some point he will give up, but he will go down fighting.
Gotcha. Now, in your country, if people were to oppose him, um, would they be considered rebels? Like, how is that? Like,
Yeah, it can be difficult. It can be difficult to oppose. Sometimes better as a student, and maybe they see you as an academic or something like that. But if you don't have any education or background, they may see you as a threat. They may see you as a threat. So it
so
can
if
be
we
kind
were
of
to,
dangerous.
so if we were to protest with, let's say, backpacks on,
Mm.
or like books, glasses, things to make us look more studious, would they oppose that?
Yeah, that one might be smart. That one might be smart as long as they don't see any weapons inside of the backpack. Because that's the first thing I thought of when you said backpack. But then you said the glasses and the books, and I said, oh, okay, I see where he is going with this one.
Right, but
So
it would be weapons in the bags.
yeah, no weapons in the bags. It's the country is it's very hard to say
Mhm.
uh what happens in the country. In my country, they say, um, my political enemy is my enemy. So
Okay.
people can be very passionate about politics. So
Yeah,
sometimes it's kind of difficult.
yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, bloodshed,
Mm.
definitely,
Hmm.
bloodshed. I mean, sometimes it's necessary.
You crack a few, you crack a few eggs to make a good omelet. So
I I concur. Sometimes that's what it calls for.
it's hey, you know
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, you got to get it done. Sometimes you got to do. Sometimes you crack a few eggs, you crack a few heads,
exactly.
you
You
got
crack
to
a few whips.
crack a few jokes,
Hmm.
whatever it takes.
Exactly.
Definitely. Joe, how do you feel about um his his idealism and his way of thinking? I mean, this could be controversial to some. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
love it. It could be.
Yeah. Well, I think I mean, obviously we have some political disagreements, but I think his, idealism, comes from a genuine place. So I can respect that. That's why I went on his show.
Okay, gotcha. That's a good assessment. I like that. I
Hmm.
like definitely. Wow, this is almost changing my life. Like this whole conversation.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
welcome you to the show. It is very good to finally have you on the show.
It's good to finally be here. I didn't know that it was going to be this intense, this exciting, this informative. I mean,
Mm.
Mhm.
it was wow. I feel like just burdens have been washed off of me of the questions that I've had in life and what direction I should go. And I feel that you're helping me with that dilemma. I
Just
want to
give
thank you.
Give your life to Donald Trump, and everything will be okay.
I thought about that is the American way.
Rich, I'm curious if you've ever talked to a guy named Flavius Maximus, and what if so, what your impression of him was?
I heard about him.
This one sounds familiar. He's a musician. He wears a big fake clock around his neck, something like that.
Not
No.
that one. That's Flavor Flav. We're talking about Flavius Bentley.
Okay.
As known, but definitely, you know what I mean, underground artist that is respected.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not by Trump, but
okay.
by some.
I have to find out what Trump has against him. Oh, hey, there you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed, I finally show my face.
Yeah. Big
totally.
Joe,
Yep.
Joe, no, never mind. I don't want to say it. I was going to ask, are you in New York City? Are we saying that?
Not at the moment. I used to live in the city, but right now, since COVID began, I've been living up at my parents' place. They live right outside Woodstock, New York. What about you?
I'm in Buffalo. Oh. Me and Mike used to go to school together. I don't know if he told you we went to Canisius together.
Oh, no kidding. Was that college, high school?
Yeah, college, Canisius College.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's how we met. I grew up with Ishmael. Me and Ishmael grew up together, since shorties, little kids. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, man. Woodstock, New York, huh?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Right up here. Yeah, it's good. It's nice. Really, really cool downtown area and stuff. It's a fun town. I mean, I haven't been out much lately, but I like the town.
That's cool. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Definitely.
And Mr. Black Man.
I say what?
Mr. Rich Black Man.
Yes.
Is there have you done any research on Flavius at all yet? You
I will do some research. What is it about him I should be looking for?
We'll see if we can get him on the show one day.
You know what I mean? Okay.
We'll see if we can get him on the show. I'd like to kick it with him about some, some events. You know what I mean? He sounds like a very interesting. I mean, you're the most interesting dude that I've ever encountered. But I mean, I think Flavius definitely has a different dimension to him that I guess I believe can add a little bit more spice, you know what I mean, to the show.
Definitely.
Okay, yeah. Let me see if I can.
Not spicy enough because I'm big into spice.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull him up. Hold on for a second.
Because I know you got connects being a Trump supporter.
Yeah, I got some.
I know you got reach.
Connections.
You got reach.
Get that ass stuck like glue.
Yeah. Can you talk to Trump though about the 2000 on some real? Like, can we really get that going? Like,
I will see what I can do. He's good for. He makes promises. He will give you the 2000. Just don't no more rioting.
All right, listen. Okay. If we get 2 stacks, we'll fall back. 2 stacks, fall back. That's the motto.
Definitely.
Definitely. So yeah. Well, I missed the Great Conjunction yesterday, man. I was sad. Did anybody see anything? It was rainy over here. I couldn't see anything in the sky. Did anybody see the Great Conjunction? I've been waiting a whole 2 weeks for this. Nothing.
Unfortunately, I heard about that, but unfortunately, I missed it. I think we were probably all here talking when it happened.
Yeah, and I don't think we probably had good weather. I don't know how the weather was around your way, but if it was rainy and everything cloudy, then we probably didn't have a good weather day.
Yeah. Oh well, there's always next 800 years.
You know what, man? I'm so mad that I missed it when I was young. Haley's Comet came around, right? And I had an opportunity to go to it, and I was young, didn't really understand the significance of it. I was like, I don't really want to care, I'd rather stay here and play. And I wish I would have went to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too
I
bad. I
think
mean, yeah, I'm trying to remember like
that was
when like
eight.
80 years.
No, I think that it comes every 70 years, I believe,
Oh
70 something
wow.
years, close to 70. Yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I might be 80 by the next time it comes around. If I'm still alive, maybe I'll get to see it again. Maybe.
Because I remember hearing there was this book by an author who was like in his 80s or
Mm.
90s even when it happened. German author Ernst
Ernst
Jünger,
Happy.
and the
Oh
book
no,
was
no.
called Haley Two Times, I think, and because he'd lived to see it twice in his life.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
nice. That's spectacular. I
Oh
did.
yeah.
I didn't get to see Haley Comet though, but I did get a chance to see a Comet. It was years ago. It landed in Canada. I used to live in a place called Black Rock in Buffalo. I don't know if you in this Riverside area near downtown Buffalo, kind of. And we were all out. It's like 12 o'clock a.m. and we're all outside. You know what I mean? We were drinking and everything young, and just all of a sudden the sky lit up like it was daytime, like for a good 2 seconds, and we all just were like frozen, like what's going on? And then all of a sudden it just went back to regular time, and then you could see like to the right in the sky, like the trail of the comet, go by. It was like, oh, man, I can't even explain stuff like that. Just feel insignificant, really, when you see stuff
Yeah.
like that. Anytime you didn't know what's happening, the earth could explode it. Well, you couldn't do anything about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
it was weird. It was fascinating and a little scary at the same time. You know what I mean?
It is crazy to think about just how random the whole universe is, and just galactic events that just sort of happen.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was with my friend, like not even with my friend. Like, okay, this happened two separate times. Mike, I don't know if you remember this. I mean, we got to get Mike Flavius on the line. When Mike's on the line, when
Yo,
Flavius on.
I'm back. You got something covering your camera though.
Oh, oh, sorry about that. That was my hand. Hey,
Oh, so good. Hey, what's good, man?
man, what's good with it?
Chilling.
All right, man. I see Rich Black Man brought you through, huh?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yo, he's an interesting cat, bro. How did you meet him though, man? Like that's a crazy cat right there, man. He's
He
got a lot
was
of opinionated beliefs.
yeah, he was kind of like one of those internet cats. We must have met just you know probably
Yeah,
like in one of those chat rooms or just talking
yeah.
about movies or something. And
Oh
he
yeah,
friended me one day and he seemed kind of interesting. So we
he's crazy.
figured
He's
I'll
great.
switch it up.
Yeah, I had to I was kind of agreeing with a lot of the stuff he said, even though I didn't agree with it, because like
Yeah.
it seems like he may have like connections and I didn't want him to hack into my server or something and do something crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean I had to just
You didn't want
but
to
I
get
didn't
any
that.
offers by any
Nah.
Nigerian princes.
Yeah, no Nigerian warlord. I mean, none of that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I wanted to fall back on that. But yeah, like I was telling Joe, I'm glad you're here, man, because I don't know if you remember when we all lived on Main Street. I'm covering my thing. We all lived on Main Street, and I don't know if you were there, but I had kind of ran back into the house one time and told y'all I seen something over the Summer Best station, and y'all was kind of like, yeah,
That
whatever.
sounds familiar.
Right. So I was telling them, like, okay, so I was coming out of the house when we lived there one time, right? And it's funny. It's like just as now you remember where the Summer Best station was over there, right? Just as
I remember.
Yeah, okay. You remember we used to live across from Wendy's?
Yeah.
And then a little up the street was the train station where we used to go to work right there, right?
Yeah.
So as I was walking, it seems like just as I looked in that direction, it looked like what appeared to be like a long fluorescent green glowing staff appeared, it dropped, and then disappeared. Just like that, dude. It was crazy. I ran back and told you, I was like, yo, look what I just seen, blah, blah. And y'all was just like, hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Kind of that deal, And I went and told, that's when I was dating Yasmin at the time. And I had walked down, I was walking down to, remember we on Richmond over there. You know what I mean? On Bryant, where she used to live at down there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So after that, this was like 3 months later, I was with Rob. And he used to drive the street sweeper trucks. You know what I mean? Like clean up the trucks as his brother-in-law had a fleet of them. So sometimes I used to just hang out with him, we roll up, keep him company, you know what I mean? And I had nothing to do, so we poke on whatever. So one time, dude, he was doing the flea market in Buffalo. Before the flea market moved off of Walden, that was one of his brother-in-law's accounts. So he was cleaning the parking lot for the flea market, and he was dumping the truck by the garbage can, and I'm looking out the window, rolling up or whatever. He knocks on, he's like, yo. He was like, yo, did you just see that? I'm like, yo, see what? He was like, yo, this fluorescent thing, like this tube, it was in the sky. I was like, yo, I stopped him. I was like, yo, did it appear, fall, and disappear? He was like, yeah, did you just see it? I was like, yo, I did not just see it just now when you saw it, but 3 months ago, I seen the same type of thing. And I explained to him the situation, bro. That was the craziest thing ever, man. Just about the esoteric, man. Just like, you know what I mean? Just things that we don't understand in life, like kind of Joe was alluding to before, just the things that happen in life that you know what I'm saying, we don't really understand, you know what I mean? And it was crazy, man, to just have somebody to have that same experience but me not see it at that particular time,
right,
and then have it happen again. But he was going to ECC at the time. He went to go ask us. He was taking they was doing geography, and what is the study of space? Not geography, astronomy. Thank you. He was doing astronomy, and his teacher, he was asking the teacher, did you ever heard anything of it or anything like that? He's like, nah, I never really heard of that, whatever, because he was really trying to find out what's going on. It was just real crazy. But me and Rob have seen certain things together before, which kind of brings me to a point of sometimes I think you can maybe, I don't want to say get crazy like open dimensions, but I think you can create different types of energies with different thoughts put with different people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, different people have different vibrations, and those vibrations interact with each other a certain way.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really
Well,
crazy.
that goes back to me thinking about like a lot of the stuff that you say that you experience, like it's personal, right? Like when you experience stuff with numerology, it's personal, right? Because it's going to interact with you different, or you may notice something that someone else doesn't, or like at different times in your life you may be moving at a different vibration, and so like messages may appear to you where at other times they wouldn't, or for other people they wouldn't,
Right. And I think that happens in all of our lives. I think, we all have the ability to be communicated with. We're all human beings, you know what I mean? It's just you have an open mind to it, basically. Like, it really, like, it sounds like cliche, but it's really like you do have to have an open mind to it. Number one, to even try to understand it. How can you even attempt to understand something if you don't even believe it? You know what I'm saying? I think that's first and foremost, you know what I mean? And, that's what I'm trying to let people know about in life. You know what I'm saying? That part of us that we all have, you know what I mean? That we all could tap into. I'm trying to tap into it and figure it out myself, and we all can take it together.
It's interesting, like some of the things that you talked about, like for me, like I have certain beliefs that are like controversial, like my vegan beliefs are controversial, but when I was reading a book called The Celestine Prophecy back in the day,
I got it.
Now I don't remember if they go into diets in that as far as vibrations.
They do. Yep. Okay. They talk about veganism. All the people in there didn't eat meat.
Okay, because it affected their vibrations and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So like the other day when you were talking about like a lot of the way that we see the world, like we've been trained to see the world.
Right.
And so like we fall back on like either like traditions or just like ways that we've been brought up, and like we never thought about these things, right?
Absolutely.
So that's kind of like where, for me, the idea of veganism was like rejecting the world's commodification of beings, of other beings. Right. And so like some people got upset when PETA used to use slavery imagery to like talk about what's happening to animals, right? Like I didn't like, as a Black person, I didn't get upset, but I understood why other people did, because like if you don't like value other beings or animals like you do humans, then it's like then you see that as a negative, right? Because you're comparing an animal to a human. But for me, it's like I would rather fall on the side of like giving respect to other life and missing out on like whatever tastes or traditions um happen to go with it, than say like to look back and be like, I was responsible for like, you know uh
I was responsible for partaking in all of this, you know what I mean, devastation.
And suffering. Yeah.
I understand that. That really makes sense to me, you know, intellectually and morally. I mean, I'm not a vegan, but I think that perspective is perfectly consistent. And yeah, I can understand why people would be offended by it, but you know, it's not wrong. Like I can't, you know, I mean, I'm not a vegan, but I can't necessarily make an argument against it.
Right.
I agree. And I'm like me, I'm not a vegan either, but it's like, first of all, I don't agree with the harming and everything. I'm just like, I believe I'm a positive being, and I don't believe in keeping animals in, you know, bad conditions. Number one, because I eat them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want animals in bad conditions anyway. I want my food kept good.
Sure.
And if your animals are first of all, if mentally they're distraught, the meat can be tainted. Even if an animal's in fear, before you kill that animal, that can really taint the meat. You know what I mean? Like I watch all these shows like Alaskan bush people and stuff like that, and these hunter shows out there, because I'm, you know, I like to consider myself kind of an outdoorsman as well, so to speak. I like to be camping and stuff like that. And when they respect their animals so much when they kill them, right? Like I've seen people cry, like they're thankful for, you know, some of the food that they're going to get, you know what I mean, from the animal and things of that nature. So I you know what I'm saying, I have mixed views on that, because like I know, like we use animals for a lot of senseless things. Like we don't need leather coats out of animals. Like we have other ways to make materials now where we don't need to kill animals to do it, right? We have other ways where we can clothe ourselves now without harming animals to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not totally against veganism. You know what I'm saying? Like coming up, I look back and I look at my life, right? And like coming up, when I was young, they had to force me to eat meat. Like I would only eat rice and gravy coming up, because I didn't naturally like meat. So I look back, like maybe that was me, like my true self, like rejecting it because I'm not supposed to eat it. Maybe, and maybe being taught all these years, like you need to eat this meat for protein, you need to eat this meat. That's what stuck in my head, and that's why I eat meat to this day, because it was given to me. But even to this day, though, like I'll eat meat. I love a steak. I love chicken, you know what I mean? But still, I don't eat a lot of meat. Like on my sandwich, like, you know, I've never been that dude. I want like 3 burgers on my sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'd rather eat 2 burgers with bread, because I like the bread too. It's not just about the meat for me. You know what I mean? So I look at that. I like to look at all aspects of everything. I don't rule anything out. You know what I mean? And I like to let life guide me in the way that I should go, by again keeping an open mind. And who knows? Maybe our diet is for us to be vegan. You know what I mean? I'll never say, oh, but if I could be a vegan, if it made me a healthier person or made me healthier, then I by all means do it. I would eat more fruits and vegetables right now if I didn't have the allergies for it, right? But I have to take medicine. But I'm sure maybe it's a way that I can eat fine fruits and vegetables. Maybe it's the pesticides. Somebody told me, hey, try to go to organics places and get fruits and see if it does the same thing.
Now you are allergic to a wide variety of fruits and vegetables?
Well, I'm allergic to vitamin C. I'm allergic to ascorbic acid. I was born allergic to it.
Okay, so any citrus fruits.
Right. Like, see, now here's the thing. When I was young, right, my allergies changed. So when I was young, I used to be able to eat fruit. I could cut up oranges. I used to sit up, cut up oranges, but then eat plates of fruit, right?
Okay.
But I had pollen allergies, like plant allergies. Like during a certain time of the year, like my eyes would get, you know what I mean, swollen, and I do a thing trying to scratch my throat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was itching, right? Eyes puffy and all that. But I could eat the fruit. Now, as I got older, I don't have the pollen allergies. Like I never get those, but I have the food allergies now. You know what I mean? Like but I was always allergic to ascorbic acid, always. You know what I mean? But I think as I got older, now it starts to show in me more. Now it starts to, you know what I mean, affect me more as I'm older.
Are there a lot of vegetables that don't have vitamin C in them?
Now, I eat the cooked vegetables. Like I could eat cooked vegetables and stuff that are cooked, but see, like Chinese vegetables, for instance, like my mom got into the habit where she can cook them where it's still crunchy. You know what I mean? To where I'm probably some nutrients, not all of them as if they weren't cooked. Like I would love to go eat a piece of broccoli not cooked. I love that. I love the taste of it. But as soon as I eat it, it's gonna make my throat start scratching. You know what I'm saying?
So you have to cook it.
I mean,
okay.
Right, I have to cook it, but I like to cook it to the point where I can take it, but it's not overcooked. I don't like mushy vegetables. I like my vegetables crunchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because I like that taste. Even though that's better. That's not even, I don't even do it just because it's better for you, even though it is better for you to eat crunchy vegetables.
Kind of like Thai vegetables are like that a lot. Thai vegetables are like
stir fry stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
They
stuff
keep the
like that.
crunch.
So I would
They
love,
don't
like,
over.
I don't really, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like I could eat veggies, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So who knows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's, I don't, like I said, I don't say no to anything, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I definitely, what I'm against though is the mistreatment of anything. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe. Now some things, I'm gonna be honest, I might not hold as significant as other things, like worms to me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like when some might think about like the life of a worm, I might not think of the life of a worm, even though that worm has a life. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I might not think the life of, I'm not gonna go around stepping on worms. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go around killing ants on purpose. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But do
It's
I
kind of
hold an ant's
natural. The
life as
farther,
significant?
yeah, the farther we
Yeah.
are away from
It's
something,
the
it's
small
kind of
too.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like the smaller it is too. Like it's just the size of it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Just seems, and then with size comes quantity too. You know what I mean? There's a
Right.
lot of ants on Earth, right? Because there's
Right.
right. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that might not even be the best way to look at it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I believe that you should love all things, right? You should probably, that ant you need to love too, and maybe not love like your mama. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't gonna
Right.
have
Right.
ant love like you have your mama love, but you have a different type of appreciation maybe for it. Maybe you won't call it love. Maybe it's appreciation to understand that that ant is significant in its own way and our whole existence, right? Without those ants, that throws a lot of other things off in our ecosystem that ultimately affects us, right? So we
Yeah,
need
that's
the
kind of like
balance
a
of the ants,
Buddhist
and we can
way of
appreciate them.
it's kind of like a Buddhist way of looking at things, like holding
I think
life
I do
dear and
have.
all,
I think
holding
I'm
all life
adopting
dear.
kind of a Buddhist,
Yeah,
yeah,
holding
sort
all life
in my
dear. But it's kind of funny because when we talk about numbers, because like everything you said is like how we feel realistically, whether or not it's rational or not, we all feel like that to a degree. We all have things that we feel, and it's kind of like when you look at some of the characters we've seen, whether they're fictional or not, like the Thanos kind of characters or even like dictators, they always go to this idea like, well, that person's just like a gnat. Like there's like millions of
right,
people on Earth. Like if we have
right,
to, crush a few in order to like get our plan
yeah,
off, like it is what it is.
right.
So I always like wonder, like in
Or
the
even,
grand scheme of thing, what's that?
you know, I mean, in the grand, not even mean to cut you off. You're saying in the grand scheme of things,
Well, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, there's like billions of humans. So, like, to some other being, we probably are like flies or something.
that same thing, right? Like you,
Yeah.
because what I was gonna say, kind of going along with that, like when you were saying that, it reminded me of like the space view of us, right?
Yeah.
When you see us moving in a space view, like we look like little ants. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they showed this one view I forgot in India where all these people dressed in red and they go to the Ganges. How do you say that?
Ganges
Ganges,
River. Uh huh.
Ganges River,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's
Mhm.
like a pilgrimage, and they
Yeah.
all dress in red, and from space, it just looks like it's covered in red, like
Yeah.
some type of red algae is there, but the red algae is us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right.
in
Right.
red. So when you look at it like that, like you were saying, from a larger scale, and you step back, we could appear like that too. So should we treat the ants like that? Maybe not,
Yeah.
because then we could, maybe that's to show us how ignorant you think the ant is insignificant. Well, look at you in reference to the universe. You are like that ant. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. For real.
Wow,
Yeah. For real.
tough, man. Deep stuff. Crazy. Yeah, man. So it's like, a lot of it is like you said, like we've been taught a lot of wrongness in our life. You know what I mean? And a lot of what we do, we have to unlearn a lot of things and learn things, right? And
Yeah.
we're talking about that have been embedded in us in school, in church, in on TV, every facet of our life. We have strategically and done that on purpose, though. Like even implemented things on purpose without us being aware of it. You know what I mean? Throughout our lives, right?
Right.
So now we're trying to even unlearn things that have been probably given to us subconsciously, that are sitting in our subconscious that we're not even aware of consciously at certain points. You know what I mean? That we may
Yeah.
have that come out, that we have to realize. You know what I'm saying? Like at certain times, like, oh, wait a minute, I'm doing this. I didn't even realize I was doing this, or doing that, or what have you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to catch yourself doing
Yeah.
things, and